Hi everyone, Chaz916 here. Today we are at construction site number 2. We're here again because there's a couple of things I want to go over. One is I want to look at the features on each of these houses that I particularly enjoyed or I thought were unique or I just had fun with. And the second thing I want to do is give you a quick tutorial on how to take your starter home and make it secure. Okay? So let's get started. First off, I have added a little bit. I turned it into a little bit of a park. As you can see, I've kind of built out the road a little bit and done some other things and added a little office, Survivor's Village. Okay, we're going to start with the office because it's one of the few new parts. Okay, so you're probably wondering, okay, what was so interesting about this one? It was the idea of making a building out of a trailer. Um, it was kind of fun, and I think it turned out pretty well. It's really basic. Okay, so let's take a look at each of the houses and the things that I really enjoyed about them. On the first one thing stands out probably more than any of the others. To see it, we'll need to go up on the roof. Okay, and here it is. I really thought that this was kind of unique. The way that the hatch fits into the roof being slanted and everything. I had never done that before, and I'm definitely going to use that again. Very interesting. Okay. I also like the way that the room just generally lays out and stuff. But the main thing was that hatch on the top. I really liked that. There we go. Let's see how long it takes her to catch up. Rosie will catch up in no time. She's good at this game. Okay, this is home base number 2. I like the garden. I also like the fact that the foundation, well, basically the house is made out of 2 sections, one a little bit smaller than the other, and this presented some interesting layout options. The extra little kind of cove kind of thing gave me some extra space for putting stuff in. It was my first use of a cove. We'll see another one in the next one, but this was my first one. And overall, I like the way it turned out really well. Okay, so moving on to home base number 3. Okay, so what did I like about this one? There was a couple of things. I liked the security guard that I put on the front. I like the protective aspects of them, and also the looks that they came out. Also, this was the first time I used a half block to create a small window. I really found that interesting. It has a lot of possibilities. And then of course on this one I also had an alcove, which is kind of an interesting way to get a little extra space, not use as many resources. Okay, so moving on to home base number 4. There is so much about this one I like. First off is the outdoor space. The patio gives it a lot of living space in the outdoors, which expands your living space. The second thing I liked the most was is this block right here. Okay, yeah, that block right there. It's a corner block. And I found lots of uses for them. Here I'm using it to hold up the ceiling. And over here I'm using it to hold up another chunk of ceiling. And it gives me a nice space underneath of it. It just turned out well, but that wasn't my only uses for it. I also used it over here on the windows, and it gave me a nice little design pattern around each of the windows, which I really like. Okay, we are going to take a quick look around. Here we go. As you can see, I did up a parking lot. I put some gardens in. We have a nice picnic area in the center. Community trash disposal. I think it turned out pretty well. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to touch on was how do you defend your home base once you've got it made? So the main thing you have to remember is that zombies pass to the front door. That means that they are going to come here before they go anywhere else, usually. Occasionally you will get one that does something different. So most of our defenses have to be centered around the front door. So the first thing you want to do is the door itself. You want to make it as strong as you can. So you want to upgrade it as quickly as you can so that you can have the strongest door possible. Okay, a second feature which is really useful is hatches. Now you can have a hatch at the bottom, a hatch at the top, or two hatches. So you're probably wondering what good is a hatch. Okay, if you were on the inside and you spot a zombie coming up, you can open up your door, open up the hatch, and you're all set to defend yourself. Now when the zombie comes to the door, he can't come in. So it gives you the opportunity to attack him while he's not in the house. This prevents him from damaging your stuff and gives you a certain degree of protection because you can shoot him, you can do things from a distance, you can hit him with ranged weapons of any kind. And again, you can have one at the top, one at the bottom. If he's starting to damage the one at the bottom too much, you can flip the one up top. It's just a good overall defensive method. Okay, I already mentioned it, but the security railing or the security guards that I have put up on the outside are also really good to add protection. And you can use these on the front of the house. You can use them on parts of the house where the zombies tend to go and they don't go for the door. You can use them around windows. Okay, so what other defenses can you use? Okay, let's take a trip over here. Now, you probably noticed this before. I've got it on a couple of them. It's a little post area above the door. I call it a guard post. You can call it whatever you want. Let's go up and take a look. Okay, as you can see from up here, we can shoot down at anything at the door. We can also shoot out at anything approaching the building. So, if they are at the door and we flip the hatch up, we can come up here and we can attack them from up here. Or if the door, the hatch down below has been broken through, you can attack them from here and you can attack them from here. And it's also a great way to escape. Okay, one more set of protections that you need to know about, and that's what I call simply reinforcements. Now you want to do this around the doors and the windows. So this area up here, this block up here, the two blocks on this side, the block on the bottom of the door, the two blocks on this side. You want to make sure that those are reinforced and upgraded as much as you can. Same way with each of your windows. You want to make sure that they are upgraded. All the way around, on the bottoms, on the sides, those blocks should be upgraded as much as you can swing. And of course, the most obvious one about the windows. When you make the windows, make sure that you put bars in them so that they can't just climb in them. And make sure that they are upgraded as much as you can. Okay, that covers the basics. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. Okay, I want to thank you for joining me. Rosie wants to thank you for joining us. Please, I hope you like the work that we put in. Please like, subscribe, follow, share, all of that kind of stuff. Do these to make me work. The more this stuff gets around, the more people are interested, the more we'll produce. I really appreciate you guys showing up. Thanks again. You guys have a good day, and we are going to call it for there. Oh, I forgot to mention that we made kind of a side road off the main road, which is through here, for the camp. I thought that was kind of an easy way to do it. Anyway, thank you, and goodbye for now.